useful to you? What are your ideas for a quality of life improvement system? Comment down your thoughts, and while you are at it, like and sub too. Thank you for watching.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Oh shit, I just noticed the video finished. What's up, Sharky? Yeah, in case you wanted to collab, I'm just gonna um do something right now. Make sure the audio's working okay. Right? This should get things started. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Weird, I can hear my own voice. Weird, I can hear my own voice. I can hear my own voice. Hmm. Guess I'll wish tomorrow. Oh, I have. Wish me luck. Nope, it's purple. Did not want you. That's it. Till tomorrow.
Next on the agenda... Next on the agenda... Healthy body, healthy mind.
Ha! Yeah. Hup.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
We should prepare while we can,
Something dreadful
then
happen
make a
again?
preemptive strike against the enemy.
About the chasm?
Chasm? Something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
The chasm? Did something dreadful
Have you
happen
heard
again?
about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Have you heard about the
The
chasm?
chasm? Did something dreadful happen again? The chasm?
Have you
Something
heard about the
dreadful happen
chasm?
again?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did
Have you
something
heard
dreadful
about the
happen
chasm?
again?
Every course of action has its risks.
The
Have you
chasm?
Be
heard
careful.
about the
Something
chasm?
dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next
The
move.
chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard?
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm? Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? chasm. Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
Every course of action has its risks.
Something dreadful happen
Be careful.
again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something
Have you
dreadful
heard
happen
about
again?
the chasm?
Chanel truly is fascinating.
The neighboring nation of Niue has the most prosperous commercial ports in all of Tibet.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Should I choose?
Chanel truly is fascinating.
You're also here for Mondstadt's women, aren't you? The neighboring nation of Niue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet. Should I choose?
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
And a radish veggie soup.
Ancient alchemy truly is
You're also
fascinating.
here for Mondstadt's women, aren't you? The neighboring
been
nation
getting
of
quite
Niue
busy
has the most
recently.
prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you?
Today's recommendation is the steak. The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
Which should I choose?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Busy recently. You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
And a radish veggie soup. The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most
Which
prosperous
should I
commercial port
choose?
in all of Tibet. Today's recommendation is the steak.
Star Snatch Cliff is
Ancient
known for its
alchemy
jewels.
truly is fascinating.
And a radish veggie soup. Welcome. How can I help you? Which should I choose? Welcome. How can I help you?
We should prepare while we can.
I
Then
guess
make a
I'll post
preemptive
commission
strike
at the
against the
Adventurers
enemy.
Guild. It's been getting quite busy recently.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you?
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
It's been getting quite busy recently.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, tragedy struck when Goku's evil older
We should
brother
prepare
Raditz
while we
kidnapped
can.
Gohan.
Then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Goku raced after the Sinister Saiyan to take back his son, but with little hope of overpowering Raditz alone, he had no choice but to accept the help of a most unlikely ally. Goku has joined forces with one of his most dangerous enemies, Piccolo. Well, look who's decided to drop in. It's little brother. Oh, he's brought the Green Man with him. I was wondering who that second insignificant blip of my scouter might be. Raditz was far from intimidated when confronted by the Earth's two greatest fighters. In a flash, he gave them a demonstration of his own power that proved, even together, Goku and Piccolo...
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Otherworldly strength and speed already make him the most powerful opponent Goku or Piccolo has ever faced. But this, it seems, is only the tip of the iceberg. If you think I'm strong now, wait until I catch my stride. The truth is, I'm just getting warmed up. Is there any hope of defeating this deadly foe? Find out today.
Commercial port in all of Tibet. Which should I choose?
I'll tell you what, seeing as how your power levels are more or less equal, why don't we make a little game out of this? We'll call it, which of you can last against me the longest? The rules are simple. I cause you both a great deal of pain, and you writhe around in agony. The loser is the first to beg for mercy.
Which should I choose?
Ancient alchemy truly is.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
And a radish veggie soup.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Welcome.
Which
How can
should I
help you?
choose?
Today's recommendation is the steak. Star Snatch Cliff is known for its ears. Star Snatch Cliff is known for its ears. It's been getting quite busy recently.
There's a strange
Which
wanderer
should
near
I choose?
Wolfendom.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
You're also here for Mustard's
I
wine,
guess
aren't you?
I'll
Come take a
post
look.
a commission at the
There will
Adventurers
definitely be
Guild.
something that catches your eye.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Today's recommendation is the steak. It's been getting quite busy recently.
Which should I choose?
And a radish veggie
It's
soup.
been getting quite busy recently.
I guess I'll post a
Star
commission
Snatch
at the
Cliff is known
Adventurers
for its
Guild.
ears. It's been getting quite busy recently.
Which should I
Star Snatch
choose?
Cliff is known for its ears. It's so nice to de-stress. Is the steak.
And a radish veggie soup.
You're also here for Mustard's wine, aren't you? It's been getting quite busy recently.
And a radish veggie soup.
been getting quite busy recently.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Today's recommendation is the steak. Today's recommendation is the steak. Today's recommendation is the steak.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Today's recommendation is the steak. It's been getting quite busy recently. It's been getting quite busy recently.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
It's been getting quite busy recently. It's been getting quite busy recently.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Today's recommendation is the steak. It's been getting quite busy recently. Today's recommendation is the steak.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Today's recommendation is the steak. It's been getting quite busy recently. Today's recommendation is the steak. It's been getting quite busy recently. Today's recommendation is the steak.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Today's recommendation is the steak.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Today's recommendation is the steak. It's been getting quite busy recently. Today's recommendation is the steak.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
It's been getting quite busy recently. It's been getting quite busy recently.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
It's been getting quite busy recently.
It's so nice to de-stress.
It's been getting quite busy recently.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
Star Snatch Cliff is known for its views.
And a radish veggie soup.
Guess I'll post a commission at the
Quite
Adventurers Guild.
busy recently.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
It's been getting quite busy recently.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Today's recommendation is
And a radish veggie soup.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
And a radish veggie soup.
Today's recommendation is the steak. Star Snatch Cliff is known for its views.
And a radish veggie soup.
Which should I choose?
You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you? Today's recommendation is the steak.
Which should I choose?
Star Snatch Cliff is known for its views. Today's recommendation is the steak.
And a radish veggie soup.
Which should I choose?
It's been getting quite busy recently.
And a radish veggie soup.
It's been getting quite busy recently. You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you? Today's recommendation
Which
is
should
the
I
steak.
choose?
It's so nice to de-stress.
You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you? Today's recommendation is the steak. Star Snatch Clip is known for its views.
If you lie on the
And
grass,
a
you
radish
can feel the
veggie
heartbeat
soup
of the
recently.
world.
It's been getting quite busy recently. Today's recommendation is the steak.
And a radish veggie soup. Which should I choose?
It's
Today's
so nice to
recommendation
de-stress.
is the steak.
And a radish
Hello,
veggie soup.
my name's Alex. I was calling on behalf of
You're also here
the
for
Craigslist
Mondstadt's wine,
post
aren't you?
of the kitten. About the what? The kitten. I was interested in the kitten.
Which should I choose?
The kitten. Cat.
What kitten?
Oh, it's supposed to be. Sorry.
That's okay.
And a radish veggie
Today's
soup.
recommendation is the steak. You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you?
Which should I choose?
You're also here for Mondstadt's wine, aren't you? It's been getting quite busy recently.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Radish veggie soup.
It's been getting quite busy recently.
Please leave your message for 9.
It's so nice to de-stress.
609
Hello, I was calling
It's
in
been
regards
getting
to
quite
the
busy recently.
topic. Find out more detail.
And a
So,
radish veggie soup.
so my number is 47-799-9640.
I guess I'll post a commission at the Adventurers Guild.
It's been getting quite busy recently.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
And a radish veggie soup.
Star Snatch Clip is known
Guess
for
I'll
its
post a
views.
commission at the Adventurers Guild.
It's been getting quite busy recently. You're also here from Mondstadt's Wine, aren't you?
I guess
If you
I'll
lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Text now subscribers you are trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message
And
after the
a
tone.
radish
It's been getting
veggie
quite
soup.
busy
Hello,
recently.
I'm calling in regards to the cat. If you call me back,
Star Snatch Clip is known for its views.
I'm still very interested. My number. I believe you have my number.
And a radish veggie soup.
It's been getting quite busy recently.
And a radish veggie soup.
Today's recommendation is the steak.
Should we?
Oh. Oh. Who's that? Stop it. Oh. Don't do that. Oh. Que jodienda. I said no. No. Calm down. Calm down. Come here. Open. Open. Huh. Come on, little guy. Wait. Let me take all of it. Alright. A little bit more. And take all of it. Come on. Gotta finish. Alright. I know it's nasty. No. I know. Open. 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 Alright. Good boy. Baby. Good boy. You good? You okay, puppy? My baby, you're such a good boy. I know. You know, you're such a good boy. Hey, what did I do with it? I dropped it.
It's so nice to de-stress.
What should I try this time?
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
What should I try this time?
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Recently, we put out a video covering Wuthering Waves, and we weren't quite sure if our audience would have liked it or not due to the gacha nature of the game. But to our surprise, there was overwhelming positive feedback about the video, with people asking to see more about the content of the game itself. So in today's video, we're going to break down the 11 minutes gameplay
Welcome to
trailer
Second
that we
Life.
currently have for the game, and round up the most important things that you need to know about the game from the footage. Gameplay itself was uploaded to IGN, and it has a whole bunch of different gameplay mechanics and features showcased, such as characters, open world activities, combats, and we even got to see a glimpse of the map itself. From this footage, it's looking like the game is shaping up nicely, and with it of course being from the same team as Punishing Grey Raven, we expect the combat to be extra spicy, as it's looking better than we thought it would, considering this is an open world game and not a linear action game. Hero Games also had a closed beta preview recently, which we will be covering very soon, so you guys know what to expect from the beta. So hit that like button down below to show support, and subscribe so you don't miss out on our upcoming coverage of Wuthering Waves. Currently, there's an interesting discussion going on amongst fans of these types of games. Some people comparing Wuthering Waves to Genshin Impact. While we think that games definitely do have their similarities, they are kind of aiming to do something different, same space, and have their own specifics on each side. It would be great to know which one and liking the look of more. We think that once Wuthering Waves hits the market, it coexists with Genshin, similar to how Call of Duty does with Battlefield and Final Fantasy XIV. Ultimately, they're similar games, but with slightly different tastes. But let us know what you think in the comments down below. One of the most important parts of any gacha game is the characters and the pools. And in this gameplay, we got to look at 4 different characters in action in-game. While playing, you will have access to 3 selectable characters which you can switch between on the fly during combat. Your additional characters, though, can be changed in the menu, meaning tailor your team for any engagement or challenge. The 4 characters we got to look at in the gameplay, though, is the default main character Rover, but also Chixia, Yang Yang, and Chi Yan. With the characters being quite an important aspect of these games, we want to learn more about them, and the official website actually has descriptions for each of them, so let's go through them so we can understand them a bit better. First up is the default Rover character that comes in both a female and male form, and the description on the website reads, quote, "Awakened with an unknown past, Rover embarks on a journey to uncover the truth. As secrets are revealed, Rover establishes secret communications with the book." End quote. And next up is Yang Yang, which is a character we have probably seen the most gameplay of, and was the main character in the CGI trailer for the game. She's a katana wielder, which immediately has my interest, and looks like something straight out of Devil May Cry. Here's the description for Yang Yang. Quote, "A member of the Midnight Rangers, a young girl as gentle as a breeze, capable of calming those around her. Rather than making herself stand out, she prefers to occupy others quietly, only offering necessary comfort whenever she senses the person's needs. However, when faced with protecting the things she dares most, Yang Yang will not hesitate to convert her gentleness into blades." End quote. But next up is probably my favourite looking character so far, the dual-wielding Chixia. On the website they say, quote, "A member of the Ministry of Development, self-proclaimed ally of justice, Chixia is always seen vibrant and full of energy, soaring through the streets of Tiancheng. Able to offer her passion into bullets, she has unlimited enthusiasm, just like her ammunition. Wherever there are people in need, you can always find Chixia." End quote. And lastly is Jian, and from the gameplay we have seen so far, he does look pretty nuts with a combination of wide-sweeping lance attacks and aerial mobility from lunges, setting him up to be a pretty awesome character. Here's the official description where it says, quote, "Midnight Rangers Commander Jian is a man of righteous and resolute heart. Is able to bend the slightest breeze into the sharpest lance. His experience in battles and as a leader on
It's so nice to de-stress.
the truths and cruelties of the world. Being a commander bears the duties of decision-making. Some have pained him, yet none have fazed him." End quote. And we're actually really liking how different each character looks when it comes to their combat and gameplay. Each character will have their own mechanics when it comes to the combat, and that is often reflected by itself. Certain characters will actually attacks
create special actions. The examples we were given was developer diary, basic charge attacks on characters to detonate ice shards that are left behind by skills for extra damage. Without a doubt, though, one of the main draws of the famous eyeing up waves is the open world. And previously, developers have spoken a lot about how they would fill the open world with activities and things to collect. But now we've actually seen some of it in the footage in action, and in the gameplay we got to see a player tackling some of the challenges, puzzles, and a variety of collectibles within this open world. One of the challenges that we saw a player had them run into a course before a timer ran out, and they had to their mobility skills in order to complete it in time. There also seems to be a number of puzzles for players.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Them, and then some of the nodes were hidden, and the player used a scan ability to actually reveal them. There was even a very challenge where the player is transformed a bird echo and is tasked with collecting orbs. So hopefully it has a diverse collection of these kind of activities to keep the gameplay more exciting. Of course, in these activities, test to open, which gives you some goodies that are to make you grow stronger. But similar to Genshin, there will also be nodes for fruits and other gathering items throughout the open world. If you're a fan of the Dark Souls series or Death Stranding, then you will probably be familiar with the mechanic that allows you to leave small messages behind on the floor, such as the famous finger but hole. And well, Wuthering Waves is implementing a similar system whereby players will be able to leave a short message behind a number of pre-selected templates, and other players can upload these messages. There isn't currently anything known if players will be doing this, for getting plenty of uploads on their messages and so on, but it's a pretty good system. And I'm sure
it's so nice to de-stress.
Behind for other players. Something that was featured heavily in aspects of the gameplay was the traversal, and Eurogames have said that they want players to have a higher freedom. The gameplay has some great examples of how they're going to achieve this, in that the player can anger boost a bunch of moves. There's also a grapple peddler, which is selected from a submenu. Equal fighters cover wide spaces, and even glowing rings to propel yourselves over distances. But even in the ground-running animation, it's pretty and it's the character involved with the objects like rocks and other obstacles. So running around the world is pretty smooth and gives us a lot of options for reversal. One of the things that we've got a much better understanding
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
The system in the game is a version of Monster Hunter collecting. After defeating certain monsters in the open world, you're able to absorb them and then use their abilities freely later on. These echoes won't for offensive use as well. There will be defensive, support, and mobility echoes that will benefit us in players. From looking at the echo menu, it looks like they can be upgraded and leveled up as well. Menus also indicate some echoes might be tied to certain characters at a time, as indicated by the character icon next to the image of the echo itself. But these echoes can be showcased at any time via the Echo Showcase, and they seem to adapt the elements of the character that they are attached to. Personally, I think this sounds like an awesome system to have in a game like this, and if they're able to put in some particularly challenging echoes in the game that are very hard to do, but super OP when you get to use them yourselves, that would be a very rewarding gameplay loop for us players. So I really do like where they could go with the system. And as mentioned earlier, we also got a quick look at the map, which is very similar to maps in most open world games, with points of interest and objectives for both the map, but you will be happy to hear you can fast travel on the map itself too. The next thing we want to talk about is the combat in the gameplay. One of the biggest deals to us is that the game offers progression of weighted but also fast paced. We love just how seamless and quick the character switching is, and with the different characters having their own traits, making combinations and quick switching between them will definitely open up some incredible combat paths and options for us players. In general, pretty much can't wait to try this one out for ourselves, and hopefully it turns out.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Have to wait and see. If you want to see more on Wuthering Waves, you can support this video by hitting that like button down below. And the two videos on screen now, we think you'll really enjoy if you did enjoy this one. So don't have to if you don't want to. If you did find this video interesting and helpful, check the comment section down below. And then tell us what you think after watching. Comments down below.
Wolcen Lords of Mayhem is an isometric ARPG hack and slash made in CryEngine that initially released back in 2020 after spending some early access and initially being funded on Kickstarter.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
The game didn't blow me away at the time. It's certainly gone through a lot of changes and had many updates since the full release. Also has quite a big focus on storytelling with tons of voice acting cutscenes throughout the entire game. There's a full transmog system where you can customize your appearance and dye different components of your gear. Got the typical giant ARPG skill tree with tons of customization options. And in terms of gameplay, Wilson's combat has more animation locks compared to other ARPGs. One unique feature of combat in Wilson, however, is the Ancients of the Apocalypse system, which allows players to transform temporarily into a celestial entity with its own unique abilities to deal big damage. Additionally, Wilson doesn't have classes. You can use any weapon, build your character in any way you want. Want to be a great sword-wielding mage? You can do that if you want to. As of making this video, Wilson is sitting at mixed reviews on Steam, with 56% of them being positive overall. In this video, we're going to try to find out why. Is the game actually dog shit, or could it be a good alternative to Last Epoch, Path of Exile, or Diablo? The first sponsor, AFK Arena's 4th anniversary celebration is here. Incredible events where you can receive epic rewards, including 100 free summons. AFK Arena is the #1 Bible RPG hero collector, and comes with a stunning 2D art style, relaxing AFK gameplay, and a massive community of over 40 million worldwide. As well as the 4th anniversary event with 100 free summons, right now AFK Arena also has a crossover event with RE0. So for a limited time you're able to recruit Amelia and Ren to your roster of heroes, as well as trial them for free for 3 days, making this the perfect time to join AFK Arena as a new returning player. Aside from the generous events and epic lab heroes, there's also a brand new thematic dungeon featuring both Ren to battle free for immortals. AFK Arena is a chill
It's
RPG
so nice
where you
to
don't
de-stress.
spend a lot of time grinding. You can simply auto-collect resources every day, even if you're away from the game, which gives you the ability to constantly progress over a long time, as well as focus on enjoying the various gameplay modes such as PvE stories, dungeons, guild bosses, the PvP arena, King's Tower, Arcane Labyrinth, and much more. Click the link in the description below to play AFK Arena now, and claim your 100 free summons. Download now. Also in 2023, I last played this game almost 5 years ago at this point. The game fully released in 2020, but I didn't play the release. And with me recently playing Diablo 4 and Last Epoch, I figured now would be a good time to check in on Wilson as it's had a ton of updates. So let's create a character and see if it's any good. Choice between male or female, my dude looks like a bodyguard. Basic character customization.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
Not that much, you're not really seeing the character's face much, are you? You know what, I never play as bald characters, we're going to be bald. Let's have a bit of bald representation in my videos. Choose your starting gear, melee, ranged, or magic. I play as a mage in pretty much every ARPG. I'm going to change that today. I look like a dancer, so no balling. I can get that neck, okay? Pretty cool name. He doesn't really look like a typical mage, does he? Oh, I need to make a character. So similar to Last Epoch, your online characters and your offline characters are set. Game mode story, champion of Stormfall Hunter. This one, difficulty, game journal mode, privacy, private. But why are we matchmaking? Gonna match with other players, I suppose. Waiting for all players to join the game. Okay. So it's not like Last Epoch where you can play the game and then like group of players. So like invite them later. You have to wait for other players before you can play in the program. We've found players who've got an interest in.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the
I
world.
like the game's overall style. It's pretty cool. And here we are. Wait, so I've chose to play a mage, but I'm starting out with a sword and shield. Okay, let's follow the other players. So spacebar allows me to dodge roll, assume stamina. Straight away, early impressions of the combat is actually quite rough. I don't know if this is because I'm in online mode and it's laggy. It feels somewhat unresponsive. I don't remember it being this bad. There's certainly a delay from my attacks actually registering on the enemy. Like visually it looks great, but just
It's so
actual
nice to
gameplay and early
de-stress.
impressions you get, it comes across as really rough around the edges, and it's left me like kind of concerned for what's to come. So it's my left click, my right click. Animation actually quite a bit. I like that when you kill the mobs, so they like splatter everywhere. It's quite cool. Coming off the back of playing last Epoch, gameplay in this feels a lot less smooth, a lot less fluid, but perhaps they're going for a less spammy approach to combat. It doesn't seem too spammy. As you can see, very long animations. But let's give it a chance and just see, is that what they're going for? Less spammy. So what was the point of the online? Just start the chapter. Like, it made an online mode with other players, and on the intro I didn't see the other players. Well, I did, then they went off into their own instance. And now I'm not even seeing the other players, yet I've got, like, a ping. You know, I'm actually not going to play the online mode, I just see no point in it. So now I'm in offline mode, let's see if the gameplay feels more smooth. It's actually a lot better, to be fair. My attacks are
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
She's like, so she's a badass, isn't she? Good voice acting. Big titties and big damage. It's a killer combo. There's been a lot of voice acting and narrative early on. It seems like storytelling is something that the game places quite a bit of emphasis on. See if that continues throughout the rest of the game. It's complete. Ooh, that's a nice level of animation. Some points to spend. So we've got attribute points, ferocity, agility, wisdom, and toughness. Oh, here we go. Talent. Okay, it's not that bad. It's not too overwhelming. It's not PoE levels of complex, but looks for it seems manageable. Okay, spell damage, so we're going to start. Obviously, spell damage. It's been a lot of rain since this game started. I'm assuming this is set. We're about to receive an interaction. Each magical player to use it, learn a skill. Why do you call it an interact? I've never seen that word in my whole life. Why don't you just call it skillable? I swear they've made that word up. That is a shit word. What does interact? A 9-dimensional hypercube. So this is what an interact is. Okay, Watson, whatever you say, choose an interact. Summon a plague or let's give it a summon. I'm going to try and go with a Necromancer build, because I never play Necromancer builds in ARPGs. New pet unlocked. The game has pets. Pets are cosmetic. Okay. Got my dog, I've got my plaguelings. Let's go deal some damage. Unlike Diablo 4, this game allows you to press tab and move around whilst looking at the map overlay. Like pretty much every other ARPG except from Diablo 4.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Let's see, where you charge this bar up over here, and you use your willpower and convert it to rage. It's kind of cool. Got a skill modifier for 2. So this allows me to all skill. Go with skill damage by 20% to increase my casting speed with it. Maybe the combat of this game gets really good as you level up. Maybe the goals have dog shit combat at the start of the game, so that there's more room for it to get really good later on as you. Kind of sounds like a good. I played Chain Lightning build in Diablo 4 and in Last Epoch, and we're going to get tempted to go Chain Lightning build in Wilson. Oh, Chain Lightning feels good. Okay, it's starting to get a little...
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
Zap, 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 zap. What just happened? Hold space for second wind. Jesus, something just... That's got me head. See what that was. It's our first day. Jaded complete. XP. Our inventory's nice and clogged up. Some dive. Okay. Camera angles changed as I want to use this build. Very cool. Entering the room. Wow. Yeah, visually the game does look quite good. Throne room empty. Shining floor. Gorgeous. It's fucking mosquito. Every time I start to record, a swamp's worth of mosquitoes just pop out and try attacking me in the face. They ignore me for the rest of the day. You turn on the camera and it's Clan Mosquito here to investigate. Bloody annoying. Wait, why am I melee now? The mace isn't a magic weapon. Maybe I can use the gun instead. A helmet? That looks cool. I mean, looking at me, you would be able to tell that I'm a mage. Test my new ability. It lasers that. Test my gun. Yeah, shoots things. Please, monsters, drop me a staff. I made a horrible mistake. I've kind of broken my character by dropping that staff, because I need the staff to get willpower back. Staff basic attack. Okay, we'll kill ourselves.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Staff from the shop. We'll buy this one. Boss encounter. Slay Gnarl. Okay, he's just come out of the floor. What's he doing inside of the floor? Nobody knows. Eating soil, apparently. Delicious. Boss. This area is nice. Much more vibrant and colourful. Still a little pond. Big fuck up spiders. Unfortunately not a place we're gonna pay attention to. What's this? There's a little star. Oh, what's that? A new skin. 5-star quality weapon. It's my first unique. It's a weapon. To be fair, although the game started off really rough, it is becoming fun to play, which is typically the case with ARPGs.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
The animation watch combat. Combat's definitely not as smooth, fluid, and fun as Last Epoch, but it's not so bad that we want to play it. Customize my appearance a bit. Sick of being topless, let's wear some clothes. I like that the game's got a transmog system built into it as well. That's pretty cool. So everything you correct, you can then apply it to the skin. Yeah, it's just fun when games have that. I'm starting to feel like a real necromancer. I've got so many signs on the go now. Okay, so now I've got a jellyfish monster, I've got these 2 dog creatures, I've got this thing following me around. The whole gang's here. I'm not actually having to do any work myself, my mobs are pretty much...
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
You just summon things, then run around. You don't even bother attacking yourself. You just let your minions do everything. But I'm not even doing anything, and stuff's just dying. I've never experienced this playstyle before. I guess this game's kind of similar to Diablo 4 in that there's quite a focus on the narrative and storytelling, whereas with Last Epoch, for example, there's not a whole lot of that. The game is actually getting more fun, to be fair. I'm happy to say that, because it really wasn't very enjoyable at the start, but now that I've got Thunderstrike, I've got the Necro build starting to come online. Yeah, it's quite enjoyable. As far as I can tell, there's no need for me as a mage to necessarily wear cloth or leather. It just seems to be all about the stats. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe the game hasn't taught me the benefits of wearing a certain type of armor, but I do kind of like that I can wear plate if I want. I can be a plate-wielding mage.
It's so nice to de-stress.
In her last moments, Mizanoth fully unlocked the sleeping potential within you, allowing you to embody the aspects of the primordial beings. Oh, this is where I can transform, similar to what happened at the beginning of the game during the tutorial. So I've got 4 choices here. Aspect of Dawn, which looks like a paladin type thing. Aspect of Infinity, which is a reaper. Aspect of Flesh, which looks like a dual-wielded kind of aspect. Very cool. And the aspect of War. All of these look absolutely awesome. It's going to be a hard choice. Before there was like a little preview window so you could just see what it looks like. We're going with Aspect of War. It just looks so cool. And now it appears here, and I can press R once I've got enough primordial essence to transform. I'm excited to see what this looks like. Yo! I get my first legendary. I get to choose something. Right, please be good.
Should we really be off work this early? There is still a lot left to do.
If our audience would have liked it or not due to the gacha nature of the game. But
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
I just got done streaming roughly 10 hours of Blue Protocol's Japanese network tests. And let me just preface this entire video by stating, this game has not only lived up to my expectation of it, but it has also surpassed it. I played the first beta test that this game had. Admittedly, that beta test had a lot of issues. The combat was kind of clunky, the animations were kind of clunky, there was a stamina system present for your mount, where you could only use it for a number of seconds, the stamina would deplete, and then you couldn't use your mount anymore. There were so many aspects of the game that needed vastly improved, and after having spent 10 hours roughly in it today, I can say that a lot of the issues that I had, that I saw were present during that first beta test, are no longer there. Now, if you don't already, I do and will be streaming this over on Twitch in
It's so
roughly about
nice
an
to
hour or
de-stress.
so from when this video goes live, and I am hoping to get to content that most people haven't gotten to, that most content creators haven't gotten to, that I personally haven't gotten to. After 10 hours, I pushed further than I did over the 3 days that I spent in it the first beta test. Now, Blue Protocol isn't your typical, your traditional MMO. Typically, MMOs are very linear, or then in cases of Black Desert, they're very open and freeing, but Blue Protocol, it provides a sense of being linear, but also at the same time gives you a level of freedom that you don't typically possess. And let me elaborate on this a little bit. So, as an example here,
Should we
class
really
system.
be off work this early?
Typically in MMOs, you have
There
a
is
class,
still a lot
class
left
is
to
specific
do.
to your character. You learn your abilities, you, in rare instances, have a talent tree. In Blue Protocol, I decided to play mage. As a mage, I am limited to 4 different abilities. I have 2 Imagine. The Imagine are creatures that you can equip that essentially function like additional abilities or gear, since they provide you statistical benefits, and you capture them and you craft them and equip them in game. So I am limited to 4 abilities, 2 additional abilities that you can equip. You learn a set number of abilities, and then you have an entire talent tree. Now I opted to utilize the fire elemental tree. There
If
are
you
a
lie
number of
on the
different
grass,
elemental
you can
affinities
feel the
that
heartbeat
mage
of the
has. You can opt for fire, you can opt for ice, you can opt for lightning. Now, I didn't play a lightning build, I didn't play an ice build. I felt like the ice was inferior to fire in terms of damage and in terms of AoE potential. I prefer grouping hordes of enemies together and then AoE them. That's just how I like to play my games. Now, fire allowed for me to do that. Fire gave me single target, gave me dot damage, and also gave me AoE pressure that I feel like the other elements just didn't. And I feel like
It's so nice to
being
de-stress.
presented with the ability to play a class a certain way or a number of ways creates a degree of freedom that you don't typically find in MMOs. As an example, in Final Fantasy XIV, you play a black mage, and every black mage is going to play the same way. You'll have the exact same rotation, you have the same buffs. In Blue Protocol, that's not the case. You can choose 4 abilities out of 20, out of 30. So you're very limited in what you can do. You're very limited in your utility. If you choose to focus on AoE, you're not going to be able to single target. If you focus on single target, you're not going to be able to AoE. If you focus on a more of a control
If you
build,
lie on the
you're not going
grass,
to be
you
able to
can
really
feel the
deal much
heartbeat
damage,
of the
but you're going
world.
to be able to CC enemies. You can focus on more of a support build and be of a larger support to your group, but not necessarily controlling enemies or dealing direct damage to them. So the game provides you these unique freedoms that a lot of other MMOs don't. And there are MMOs that do. I'm not saying there aren't MMOs that don't already do that. I'm saying, typically, of the MMOs that I have played, that is not a common recurring theme. Now, the game is definitely linear. There is a linear path where you move from point A to point B to point C, back to point A to complete what you set out to complete.
Should we really
And
be off work this
This
early?
is a repetitious
There is still a
cycle, but
lot
that's
left to
typically
do.
what MMOs are. So you have a sense of linear progression, and you also
Windows
have that
open?
sense of freedom with regards to
Open it
your
up so we
class.
can get some
But
fresh air.
the world itself also has a level of freedom, in so that there are quest objectives that you're forced to do to progress with the main story or to progress with the side content in the game. Then there is the looting of all the shiny objects that are around, and there are a surplus of them, trust me.
It's so
There
nice to
are
de-stress.
gems, there are plants,
Hell no.
herbs, or there are various different categories, and the whole looting of all of the items is something you're going to be doing a lot of, trust me, because, okay, let me kind of veer off here into adventure rank, because I feel like this is integral to pretty much the rest of my thoughts on the game. Adventure rank in this game is essentially the gate with which you need to progress through if you want to continue making any kind of progress through the game. At level 6, I believe I was, I hit a point where I could not take any more quests. This is because to progress any further, I needed to hit Adventure Rank Level 2. Now, hitting Adventure Rank Level 2 meant that I needed to unlock a number of different conditions. These conditions involve things like killing X amount of monsters, looting X amount of rocks out in the world, picking X amount of this specific flower, fishing for X amount of fish. These are things that you can do while exploring. These are things that you can do while doing other quests.
If you lie on the grass, you can feel the heartbeat of the world.
While fighting monsters in dungeons. Like, these are things that you're going to need to fit into your everyday activities if you want to progress. And this is a 100% requirement. You cannot ignore your adventure rank, otherwise you won't learn new abilities, you won't unlock new story, you'll be capable of unlocking additional dungeons. You'll hit a wall, and this is a wall that cannot be overcome unless you, again, complete all of these prerequisite conditions. Admittedly, the adventure rank can be annoying. I did find it to be a little bit frustrating because this is a Japanese beta, and therefore I didn't understand much of what was going on, and I could only translate so much accurately. So I was often left just kind of running around, hoping what I'm looting is what I needed to loot to unlock and further progress through all of the conditions that were necessary to unlock the adventure rank level 2.
It's so nice to de-stress.
The game, linear, while also offering a degree of freedom. Now, as I played the original beta, I noted at the beginning that there were a lot of issues that needed fixed, that needed remedied, because it dragged the game down and really made it feel cheap. That is not the case with this beta test. This beta test had a lot of revamped features, a lot of revamped functions, mechanics, content, and made for a very enjoyable experience. There's a lot of depth to this game. There's more depth to this game than I feel is typically present in other MMOs. There's the option to play any class you want to on a single character, and I know Eden Eternal did this, I know Final Fantasy XIV did this, but it's not something typically MMOs allow for, so you can level all the classes on one single character. There's the Imagine system, where you craft
so you should ask me that.
Creatures that you can equip, use in battle, to provide you additional abilities. Like as a mage, I equipped one that could heal me and heal other players that weren't even in my party out in the field, which gave me additional survivability, additional utility in a group environment. You could also equip those purely for a statistical advantage, because they give you an item level.
I'm gonna ask for you for that.
Advantage.
You gotta have money.
To enter dungeons, you are required to have a certain item level, and that can be boosted by equipping magic. So they function similarly to gear, while also providing a skill. So they fill a multitude of different roles. And then there are combat advantages that you can use. So again, they fill a lot of roles. There are a lot of life skills. Fishing. There is a very large focus on crafting. Gear is only obtained through crafting. You need to go out, you need to farm items to craft your gear. And if you're not a crafter like I am, I hate crafting. It's going to be a bit of a nuisance to do, but at the same time, like you're not going to obtain gear necessarily from boss drops or world boss drops or dungeon boss drops. So I guess it is attempting to separate itself from that whole gear, the whole necessity behind farming repetitiously for gear and then being disappointed when you don't obtain it.
I'm about to take this off.
Because there's nothing worse than trying to attempt to get this piece of gear from a very highly ranked competitive dungeon or raid, farming it for a month, 2 months, not getting the single piece you need, seeing everyone else get all the different gear that they wanted. The alternative here is that you enter these dungeons
you let that fucking anxiety take over your fucking brain, bro.
Are then used
you don't even think
to craft
straight,
gear
bro.
that you wouldn't otherwise get, or that you're
been doing
not
it like
going
that
to
for
get.
like 2 days,
so
bro.
there's never a point where you're not
Moving the
receiving
shit
something
over
beneficial
like
for you or for your future gear. Thus, there's always a purpose behind what you're running, and you never
Don't worry, I'll move over in a
disappointed
minute, and you
necessarily
can
in what
change
you
it.
get. Unless
I've been trying to organize this shit. Look, I put a whole bunch of shit in this bag and this bag. I was trying to organize all this shit.
I'm gonna get onto this. I'm gonna do that shit. All that shit. Material, the amount of resources you get during and even after completing each dungeon. The world itself.
I told you, let's use the bags for the cat sand.
Beautiful. Graphically, for an anime game, I think Blue Protocol is the most stunning anime MMO
I can't wait till this game
ever
comes
seen.
out. It looks nice.
He's one of the better looking
there's a
anime
whole bunch of
games
different
in
players
general.
in the game.
I know there are going to be Genshin players in here that are like, oh, but Genshin looks better. I don't think so. I actually think Blue Protocol, graphically for its regions, is equivalent to Genshin Impact, if not even better. I think the character models, the fluidity in the character animations are drastically superior to Genshin Impact. Drastically superior to any gacha game out there. You can just...
We'll see.
I think you're a dick.
I just got done streaming roughly 10 hours of Blue Protocol's Japanese network test. And let me just preface this entire video by...
Shut up, you dick.
Stupid comments. Talking to the TV like they hear you.
You're a dick. I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I know. You're a dick.
Wow, it feels better already. You feel the difference?
Your comments are cool. Get a radio broadcast. Really, that's what people do nowadays. Get a radio broadcast. They want to react to things.
Especially at home. One of the best in the game.
Hunter Brown was great in the start. All the bounces going Houston's way.
Astros are going to win the championship.
In an 8-2 victory to even this series up at a game apiece. Mauricio Dubon will lead off tonight. Lowest strikeout rate in baseball. Just one strikeout in 47 games. Yordan Alvarez starts the day in the Major League. Leader in runs batted in with 20. And Buster Olney joins us now from Minute Maid Park. I should point out, Buster, he's done that in 13 games. What's been the key to Yordan's story?
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. You think about the fact he basically had no spring training, just 7 at-bats. And I asked Dusty Baker, the Astros manager, yesterday about Alvarez and how unusual this was. And he said, look, I only know 2 players who could play as if spring training didn't matter. Benito Santiago and Dick Allen. The reason why Dusty believes that to be the case is because Alvarez's swing is so simple.
Lefty and their best player. Holiday with the miss. Here come the Heat. Bam Adebayo, Hero, 3, bullseye. It's full, and he's got 12, another 3 for Miami.
I was going to say, Milwaukee's going to wax them. They're fucking killing them.
They're shooting 61% from 3. They're not a good three-point shooting team. The goal, Hero is down at the other end. Gets it very slowly. Lopez with it. He traveled. And Hero is holding on to his hand. He is in trouble.
He's on his way back to the locker room. He's not
he ran right to the locker room.
Ginger ale?
Here's Butler.
I think it's just a finger to the way he's running.
He's back on that sideline, holding on to it, as you can see, staying in the game. Oh, now he's going to fire a shot. And put up and through. Oh, he is in incredible pain, as you can see.
Next on the agenda.
No, you can't. They sent him back out there. As he comes back to the
broken, get back out there.
24 seconds to play. In the second quarter.
Back out.
Here's a long shot. Put in. Triple. He's got 7 on his first. Carrington 3
Oh, good.
today.
I was just thinking that the silk flowers at the Feiyun Commerce Guild needed watering. The transport cord.
An assassin from our homeland, or a fool who trespasses upon the waters of Chingsa. Coveting the shapes of the living, pure water can take on many forms. In this way, shall water deliver your punishment.
And they'll check him, and we'll check him as well.
We're way behind schedule.
Diving for the loose ball here.
Access denied.
He ran off before this. You gotta stay.
For Rex Lapis.
With that bad hand.
Embrace the ice.
The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Presented by Nervolt.
Whirling snow.
Flames! Purge!
Without solid ground, terrestrial creatures become simply helpless.
And if you want to keep the beard, use King C Gillette, a lineup of products designed to blend the softer trim and style for your best beard. Gillette, the best a man can get.
How does Little Caesars know when to bring back Kosher Crust?
The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
He's dancing! Turn the crust. Yeah! The hustle will crazy back in Little Caesars. Pizza, pizza.
My apologies.
Check this out. You can pre-qualify with CarMax fast and easy.
Shine down.
I was protecting your credit score. Pre-qualify with CarMax has impact to your credit score.
One who is ignorant of water's treasures fails also to comprehend its horrors.
Feels really good.
You just blocked me again. Come on.
Get pre-qualified with no impact to your credit score. CarMax.
Snack success made easy. That's totally targeted.
Breakout night. I just never imagined I'd be here watching on a 40-foot screen.
Yeah! Much remains unfinished.
Get a power card with entree only at Dave & Buster's.
That's when your mom has made it her job.
Illusion shattered. Oh. Torn to oblivion.
It's on Indeed. You get matched with jobs that fit your requirements.
Where do you get your persistence from?
Same order, same time, every game day. Which means more tips for your Dasher, business for your corner store, and just maybe a superstitious boost for your team. Support your neighborhood and your team with every DoorDash order. With same game parlays on FanDuel, you can bet on how your favorite players will do. Combine on points, rebounds, assists, and more. I wish fans could have bet on my favorite
realize
player.
the game someone was Madison shut out.
Hey, man. Hey, look at this
I can
place.
afford speed him more.
You live here?
He gets mad, probably.
How old are we now? Are we still young? New customers bet 5 and get 150 in bonus bets guaranteed. Fan, official partner of the NBA.
Jimmy G buckets. And a bunch of them. 11 for 17 from the floor. He's got 24 points. Stan, you got everybody in there. Shaq doing his. Shout out to my man Pitbull. Mr. Worldwide. No, Mr. TNT. He's been on our stuff a lot. American Express halftime report as our playoff coverage begins. A triple header tonight. With Black Wilburn, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Charles Barkley. Jimmy
These guys
Butler's
all
one
look
of
like
the
they lost
stories
weight,
of
bro.
this first half. The other is
Shocked
Giannis
too.
Antetokounmpo,
Well, you
who
watch
will
this
not be
garbage.
back in this game. He's only played 10 minutes.
Man.
And he took a hard
Watch the
fall
game.
here, out with a lower back contusion. He left,
That wasn't a good
came
fall.
back, tried to play, left
That's
again,
like the way I felt.
and will not return. That is a game changer. That is a
Yeah, that's a hip
changer.
injury.
That's a potential playoff changer.
Yeah.
Wow, what
He's
a
a big guy,
source. So
too,
Giannis 6 points on 2 of 4.
That's what I've been doing. I got this spot right here. I've been
Meantime,
cooking
the
all
American
fucking
Express
day.
teammates
gotta weigh
come from the
like close to
Miami
300
side,
pounds.
led
He's like
by
fucking almost 7
Jimmy
feet
Butler.
tall.
Damn, he
who's
weighs
got
that much?
24. Tyler Hero's
He
got
don't look
dozen.
like
You
it.
saw him
But damn,
grab
he is a
his
big
right
guy.
hand as he made a dive to try to get a loose ball, so we don't know what halftime will tell us about.
But the big story, was Giannis.
Oh, no kidding.
The
thunder falls.
I know that. That is a playoff changer.
Silent.
I said that as well. So let's get some new information on Jimmy Butler from Shaquille O'Neal.
As we said, we all thought
Lay waste to the wicked!
Usually when he gets in the lane, Kenny and Chuck, he looks, for a better shot. But today he's saying, you know what? I'm gonna be aggressive. Everybody's taking us light. Shaq and Chuck think we're gonna get swept. I'm gonna go to work. And he's in
Let's see what happens when you lose your foothold.
extra hard today, and guess what? The others for the Heat are following up the long shot. But he's not being passive today. He's super aggressive. Going to the hole again. He's playing like this, and they compete. They're hard to beat.
He loves game ones, too. He averages...
The power of water is its ability to take any shape.
Anybody in Miami playoff history.
They might get this game today.
Well, this is a must-win.
All hail! Born of ice and frost.
Just under 60% of the first half, which is...
Talking about how they have this opportunity regardless. I don't understand Susan.
Lay waste to the wicked!
As long as rain falls and rivers flow, water will exist forever.
I just said if they start hitting outside shots,
Own path.
they will
still like to
release
prep
the
these.
pressure and allow Jimmy to have driving lane. Tyrell
matter what
started.
Mother Nature
Gabe
throws at
Vincent, and we know that Lowry can hit it, but we know Martin knocking down these shots, loosen things up for Jimmy Butler and those drives that you saw. Because then they also did a great job on Middleton staying and shooting over the top. So this is early in the game. I was like, oh, this is a game. This is going to be a game regardless if Giannis was in or not. And Miami Heat,
They're up 13, Chuck. They play hard.
Well, they're going to play hard. They're very well coached. And, they're not a great three-point shooting team. They're shooting them great tonight. And you factor that in. But, man, Miami better finish this game off. Because if you don't win this game, you're in serious trouble. Because Bobby Portis, Lopez, those guys going to really have to step up on the offensive end.
Number 27 in the league in three-point percentage, Miami, but they're 8 for 14, or rather, they're 8 for 14 in the first. That's what I was trying to say. That ain't Pitbull. That is Pitbull.
He does that shit with the hand.
Hey, we'll be back with more. Don't go anywhere.
I need that black.
You're watching the American Express Halftime Report. American Express. Don't live life without it.
One day you might realize going to grandma's doesn't count as vacation. But this sure does. When you're with Amex, it's never a question of if vacation will actually feel like vacation. It's when.
Buffalo Wild Wings isn't supposed to make a burger this good.
Okay.
Like, you might even forget we have wings.
I just wish I
So we
did
throw in
more.
6 boneless wings for $1 as a reminder. Buy any burger, 6 boneless wings for $1. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
People who
Put
come
it
to
in
Cricket,
the oven
stay
or
with
something.
Cricket.
I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great.
5G boss mode activate. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Today, I'm doing the Degree Gray T-shirt challenge. Let's put Degree Advanced and Spice to the test and see if I get any sweat marks.
Final result. Only one winner here.
No sweat marks.
Whirling snow!
Keeps working when others stop.
Shine down!
Degree I always thought was a step down.
Next on Behind the Series.
Let me tell you about the greatest roster ever.
Illusion shattered!
Monsters, the outlaw. You can't forget about the boss. Sometimes, just watch your heroes.
The second series. The greatest
My
moment of all
apologies!
time.
It's that fire in your gut feeling that we all tap. Y'all folks got the Green Guard round.
Access denied.
Those guys outside.
I can do that.
Oh, you want to play at home?
Yeah, 'cause they park right there in the door.
Everyone's in playoff mode.
No, that's not cool that you fucking drinking and smoking weed. Then you
Born of ice and frost.
That's how you do iPhone 14 Pro.
Oh, is that what they do? Okay, that's what.
Max, you got Max and Paul. Max and Paul.
Yeah, that's what he's mad about.
There is
Yeah,
no
because
escape.
those guys are hanging out drinking there.
Yeah. No,
So
they
Max-
come drunk, and then they come to smoke in the front, and then the other ones that aren't smoking are racing on the sidewalk. Doing like
Get the iPhone
donuts.
14 Pro in-store or
No,
online
they're
with
fucking up the
Optimum
sidewalk. They're stinking up the
Join
place
satisfied Optimum
with their
business
fucking
customers
with their
who love
fucking
their
gasoline.
reliable, fast, and secure internet.
Yeah, of course they
Melissa
hit
says
somebody.
It's fast. With built-in
Well, anyway, they
cybersecurity
pissed
and
off
data
at-
privacy protection for your
Motherfuckers don't deal
business.
with
Choose
it.
internet, then add phone and mobile. Get
They charge
transparent
shit.
pricing, no hidden fees,
They
and
ain't get
30-day
charged shit.
money-back guarantee.
They're just gonna call La Migra.
$65 a month. Order Optimum Business Secure Internet today and get up to a $400 Visa prepaid card. Call or go to optimum.com/business.
Ain't getting no money from no fucking immigrant.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not
All
be
they're gonna end up doing is getting that guy deported.
otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Hey, we're going to be announcing NBA award winners this week. Really? Yeah. Kia Defensive Player
Start
of the Year
looking for
tomorrow.
film.
Ooh,
Start looking for witnesses.
Coach of the Year.
They'll bring some guy named Yakko back. Whatever. I saw everything.
Shine down!
Coming your way in our course
They're
of
like, yeah, my cousin's a lawyer.
Tonight in our triple
Yeah,
header
but-
game 2. And the
My
Durant
cousin,
the
Hancho Steve, whatever.
They play host to the Clippers.
Let me give you my card.
My other cousin Yakko.
That's a whole case of beer right
Wow,
there.
this fucking
That
guy's
is
hanging out like he's hanging
I
out.
have that same outfit. Yes.
Look at that, look at that.
That's what I'll be doing on break, y'all. I'll be my 6-pack working. Yeah. What kind of pack do you have right now?
That's cool.
I got like a couple of things, right?
Oh, look, they go
Access
to
denied.
doing it. Look, that's hilarious.
Glaze over.
Hey, that's funny right there.
Kamisato art. Sumetsu! Take flight.
I am not paying attention.
He got no
Dawn,
choice.
break
He
forth!
has to laugh, so they fucking him up.
Barbecue time.
And the producers fuck him up too. It's not always Shaq.
Asia? Jason?
I'm just trying not to die over here, so I am not paying
Let's
attention.
Blanquitos did this.
Do like
You hear me?
old. Ouch.
I'm not paying
You calling
attention.
old Mr. 20
They say
season?
you're not trying to
20
die.
counting. Well, count on
Yeah.
getting picked today.
So don't die then, bro. Be the best.
Ruffles, choose the flavor that speaks to you.
I'll be back for you, Tatum.
Yes. This is new Roundup Dual Action. This stuff doesn't just kill existing weeds down to the root. It keeps working for up to 4 months, from the first days of spring to the 4th day of July. Roundup Dual Action kills and prevents weeds. Guaranteed. This stuff works. You can't touch this. Can't touch this.
Let me get the money for
Listen,
the ginger ale bottle.
as long as you stick to your own path, it doesn't matter what Mother Nature throws at you.
Hey, bud.
this.
Why was too expensive, so?
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
I should take that trip for less than all this.
I made a horrible mistake.
Go to your happy place. Price tag.
And what if I need a different kind of plan?
State Farm's here to help.
What if I was a different kind of baller?
It's called Mark's Cubans. Cuban sandwiches by Mark Cuban.
It's a pass.
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Sunday nights, we're trying something a little different. One whole story, one whole hour. World-class journalists dig deeper into the stories they can't ignore.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Tonight at 8 on CNN.
My life before fishing was pretty difficult. I was making minimum wage, homeless, living in the back of my truck. I've been able to rise the ranks. I'm going to become a captain.
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mom, what will I be? Here's what she said to me. Now.
Evil Dead Rise, rated R.
NBA League Pass. Subscribe today and watch more.
The Miami Heat with a 13-point halftime lead, 24 from Butler.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
The bigger story, the first half injuries lead go to Allie LaForce.
Hey there, Kevin. 2 devastating injuries, one for each team so far in this game. We'll start with Giannis Antetokounmpo, who left the game with 4:13 left in the first quarter. He landed very hard on that back tailbone area. He went back to the locker room, tried to ride the back and grind through, but couldn't. He suffered a lower back contusion and will not return to this game. As for Miami, right before the end of the half, they saw Tyler Hero injure his hand. The team telling me he has a broken right hand, and he will not return to this game.
He even took a shot at that broken right hand in the corner and missed the three. But now both coaches with significant injuries were only in game one.
No, look at Tyler Hero broke his hand. That's why he was jumping. Oh!
Second down.
Yeah, that's it. No more basketball.
No fucking, yo, that's it for the playoffs. You see what I'm saying about the playoffs? Always shit happens in the playoffs. They're great all season long, and then the playoffs, and shit happens. And now that's it for the
Maker. And has not seen much time because, as Reggie said, the defense is
they got to do whatever that's left of the playoffs. Let's talk about the playoffs. All of the playoffs, they just started. Game one. This is game one for these guys. Oh my God.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
Giannis is fucked up too.
That guy that fell off his back was
Giannis, yeah.
That was Giannis?
Yeah, that was Giannis.
Yeah.
Fuck.
These teams are used to playing without.
And he plays with the Bucks?
Yeah.
So
he's their main guy.
So that's it for these shooting for Miami. Both of them are handicapped.
Yeah, they're both going to be playing with less.
They're handicapped. They're missing their stars.
Knocked away, Holiday replays, vacuums it in. It's Lopez outside, shot clock at 9.
Yeah, because they always give it to him and he just runs down the middle.
With a 3. Wow. Shot bodies down Holiday. Sitting on the point guard, Gabe Vincent of Miami.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
Well, great defense by Bam, just better offense by Middleton. And then the old-fashioned 4-point play. Looks like Holiday going to the free throw line to put this in.
Vincent picked up his third personal foul. They'll go to the side and take it.
I think they're going to take a look to see if the shot was off, which I believe it was by Middleton before the foul occurred down low.
Happen again?
Today's official here in Milwaukee. Crew chief is Tony Brothers.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Center official in Secaucus is Jason Goebel. They're among the 36 officials selected to work the first round of the 2023 playoffs, a group which has an average of 16 years of NBA experience, including 7 officials who have worked 100 or more playoff games, including Tony Brothers, who's over there and wearing that number 25 in the back of his shirt.
Well, who did they call the foul on? Vincent?
Well,
it looks like he had inside position on Holiday. Here's the shot by Middleton. It looks like the foul would be
Let's
on
take a
Holiday.
moment to rest and plan our next move.
We'll see what they call.
Have you heard about
Vincent's like, wait, how was the foul on me?
It's a loose ball foul after the basket. Holiday will be on the line. Nice shot.
They're calling it on Vincent. But Holiday to the free throw line to shoot one. Somewhat of a head scratcher right there. Unless he had his arms hooked.
So Middleton hits the 2, and here is Drew Holiday at the free throw line. He's a good free throw shooter, 86%. Best season in his 3 seasons.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Bio and Robinson. Played at Michigan for John Beeline. Vincent off kilter.
Have you heard about the
chasm? Cause this is all you gave me money for. That's all they got. Wow, I told you yesterday that's all they got. I should have went across the street. But you only gave me $2. And then I had 50 cents.
It's out to Blue. With the shot.
Have you heard about the chasm?
The chasm? Did something dreadful happen again?
Miami last season was the number C. There's a foul. Middleton goes down, falling into Strus, and the player down on his back is Bio, who initially looked like bowling pins falling one after the other, and foul called on Chris Middleton, number 1.
That right? Forearm right to the midsection.
Off the spare, too.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler with 24 in the first half. Middleton. Yes, it is. Shot clock at 4. Strus will try to penetrate. Now the Bio will go over. Good shot.
Yeah, that's 2 buckets in the second half for Adebayo, who has struggled up to this point to score the basket.
He is number 2 in scoring in the
scoring game.
Back at number 1, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now on the fake of the try to Robinson. Kicks it Lopez.
Fucking hero broke his hand.
Want me to come along?
Behold, the Prinzessin der Verurteilung.
Now they improved greatly from a year ago. They were 14th in defense, but this year number 4.
I won't hold you back. Much.
And they got Holiday on Jimmy Butler. At the shot, running down 2 is Holiday. Seventh consecutive season. Miami in the playoffs with 4.
Illusion shattered. I'm going in.
3.
Huh?
And a foul.
Lay waste to the wicked.
Pick it up. Good feed by Butler. Another assist.
Foul. We saw something. What's gonna stop that?
Bam, throwing to Butler.
Yeah.
Finish. Full reversal here.
Bad foul.
Now you shall perish. Ha! Ha!
As you wish, mein Fräulein. Dawn, break forth!
Hanging their head on Antetokounmpo, an MVP candidate. Here's Holiday inside, shooting for 2.
And again, they have played of games without Giannis this year.
11-8 without him. 11-8 without Giannis this year.
We're just not having former MVP on the floor.
The reverse. Lopez trying to get in the way, and Jimmy Butler's got 26. Coming off a 31-point performance. He has 12 30-point playoff performances for Miami in his career. Holiday, the long-range miss.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Butler is 12 of 20. Tries on Middleton. Hands off to Bam. That was over Lopez.
And again, points in the paint. Jimmy Butler, bam, absolutely dominating this paint area.
13 points now for Adebayo. Timeout taken by Milwaukee. The number 8 seed Miami on top of the number 1 seed Milwaukee with the 2023 NBA playoffs on TNT, presented by Google Pixel.
Look at you. Investing like you run the show. I guess that makes you the boss. You're saying things like, I want that EPS on my desk by EOD. You do shorts, you do longs.
I saw one for sale on Craigslist.
Whole investment firm.
They don't give you a price though.
Because no one runs your money like you.
Starting a new chapter can be the most thrilling thing in the world. There's an abundance of reasons to get started. How far we take an idea is a question of willpower. Because progress is a matter of character.
Hold on, Pop.
What if buildings could tell you how they could be more efficient? Well, with IBM, you can use software to help you connect and analyze data from HVACs to elevators to lights.
What if we use AI-driven insights to pinpoint inefficiency?
Yep, and act on it. Saving energy, money.
And emissions?
Yep, that's a big one. Now you've built something better for everyone. That's the sustainability solution IBM and a global real estate company created. What will you create? IBM, let's create.
That rocking chair would look great in our new house.
No, a new house, eh? Well, you should definitely see how Geico could help you save on homeowners insurance.
Nice tip. I'll give you $2 for the chair.
2? That's a Victorian antique.
All right. How much for the recliner then?
Wait, how did that get out of here? That is definitely not for sale.
Is this a yard sale?
If it's in the yard, then it's for sale.
Here we go.
Geico. It's easy to switch and save on homeowners and renters insurance. Chipotle's new Chicken Al Pastor is fire on every level. Fresh chicken hot off the grill. A rich marinade of seared morita peppers and ground achiote balanced with a splash of pineapple. All combined for the right amount of heat. Chipotle's all-new Chicken Al Pastor is where fire meets flavor.
Don't waste your tax refund on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk and get our $45 Silver Unlimited plan with unlimited high-speed data and a Samsung A13 5G now for only $99.88. All in America's most reliable 5G network. Straight Talk Wireless. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com.
Miami has equaled their biggest lead tonight over Milwaukee. Coming up, national TV schedule. It's the terrific Kawhi Leonard for the Los Angeles Clippers going up against Kevin Durant of the Phoenix Suns. Clippers-Suns, game 1 next. Then Timberwolves at number 1 seed Denver, game 1 coming up 10:30 Eastern. Tomorrow, TNT, Nets at 6.
Kevin Durant is fucking hard.
For more on these games, go to NBA.com. Lopez gets it from Allen. Skinner is up and in. And Lopez has 5. As we said, he averages 16.
Rain.
Finalists for the defensive player of the
Only you could cleanse the corrupt souls of this world.
in the league. He's on the shots tonight, but Miami has found a way. Here's Robinson in for the injured hero. Hamilton tries to grab it and vacuum it in.
Kamisato Ayaka, present.
Now,
As per our contract.
That was tough for Hero. Broken hand. They put the other white guy, Robinson.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Here's Butler with it, a game high 26. He's got 4 assists. He finds Adebayo, who is in working inside on the pads and does it again. But Middleton.
Oh, okay. Yo, it's hot in here.
He's got 6 rebounds.
You want to close the window?
Allen at 3.
Yeah.
Ah, bro, you always feel air coming from you. That's good for you.
And a low pass from Bam Adebayo. Good point, Reg, on the defensive shortcomings of Robinson. You know he can shoot. It's the other end of the floor, which is an issue. The spinning Middleton.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
I don't want to turn the air on. It's hot.
Milwaukee starting to fill it a little bit without Giannis.
I don't like the air on. This shit is too cold.
18.
Smoking.
No, Fab King, y'all got the most ways to bet when you play.
I would say put the fan on, but we're smoking. That's not
dogs. Stack up blocks and boards on my board. A superstar going one-on-one against another superstar. Oh,
I
it's
need
on.
to take a shower.
All respect to all my man's dedicated page. Now you're spoiling me, DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and bet 5 to win 150 points. Next, if your team wins on a pregame money line bet. Action so good, you got it in the fridge. That's my phone. It's my phone.
If I can have 100 names.
I could have gave you three more hours. You could have went to supermarket and got three.
Easy, right?
2 I like this actor, dude. That Spanish guy? He's not Spanish, he's English. We once saw a show with him, but I don't know if I saw it or not. Bodyguard. But I saw him on Game of Thrones. He was a main character.
Let me bring you my expert.
He was one of those main characters that, you know, could make it.
Such a rich history. This won't do well at auction, but at AT&T...
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
AT&T is back. Everyone gets a free new Samsung Galaxy S23.
No, it's not that he got killed, it's that he got hurt. And yes, eventually there was payback, but you know, it was unforgivable the way he went, and his wife with the unborn child. Yeah, they stabbed her in her pregnant belly. So she was we find these shit on the floor and I throw it away. We got an animal. We can't have that. He fucks with every little thing. I found a screw inside the fucking... I look like a mouse from here.
We should prepare while we can, then make a preemptive strike against the enemy.
Throw out the dust bunny. Oh. But there is. Man, what's about grabbing that shit in my hand? The dust bunny. So wash your hands anyway.
2023 BMW X3 X-Ride 30i for $599.
You've been messing with weed. You came carpet? You came from outside. I feel like washing my hands just from watching it. Oh yeah, I was trying to feed them those fish look like bones. Yeah, it's a piece of it. Yeah, it's a piece of it. It was a hard piece that you could eat. It's hard piece. Yeah. It's garbage. Oh, that's garbage. I'm gonna sleep up here if I can. Really want to clean this place up, but I need your help. It's like overwhelming, and I have anxiety about it. But if we were to work as a team, I wouldn't have so much anxiety about it. So you gave him yeah. I still gotta give him the other. I just gave him because he wouldn't chill, bro. He kept on trying to lick himself.
We should prepare while we can,
So I gave him
then
that
make
shit.
a preemptive strike against the enemy.
And I fought with him. I had to put it in his mouth 3 times. I wouldn't get it completely. I still didn't get, but I just missed just a teeny bit. He pulled his mouth away so quick, and you know, like he became human strong.
Picks up in second. Holiday has his 9th assist.
You know, he's very squirmy.
9th in assists in the league, averaging 7 a game, and he is part of that number.
Yeah, but it's just that he's very squirmy, so he was able to get out of my he was able to get out of my arms a whole bunch of times, and I really had to pin him down and open his mouth. You know, I try to just say, like I know, open, and I would get it in there. But sometimes I would miss. Sometimes, you know, like the second he felt it touch his tongue, he would be like, ah! He would fucking cut out. Doctor said too, it takes nasty, and you could try to put it in, but
Every course of action has its risks.
give it to him.
Be careful.
So that's why I've been force feeding him. The other tablet is easy because he won't eat it himself. But once I mix it with the food, and I get him eating the food, I just grab it from the mush of food, and I force feed him that too, and then he'll just keep eating. So it's like he's semi-cooperative. Then, once he chills, I give him some treats.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
After he gets that cold off,
Hey, man. My stream got messed up. I don't know what happened.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
Gets Martin with it, and the defense
yes!
He's got 3 threes and 11 points for the Heat.
Snap to the snag.
Puts it through. 19 off the bench.
Stand to. They play. Boy, today the black Japanese guy was.
You're so offensive. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Nobody wants to be called the black Japanese guy.
Japanese that take fucking from the fire.
No, I'm gonna say it because I hate racism, so I'm gonna talk about it, bro. You don't understand. You're my father. I'm gonna have a serious conversation with you about it. Fucking racist, yo.
Assignment of February 20th began after the buyout that started 17 million season. Outlanders come in and give them exactly what Adebayo is taking up.
Let's take a moment to rest and plan our next move.
13 and 6 rebounds. Swap off the bench here with the Heat. Hornets thinking 2. Rebound. The And against the defenders, Lowry, the front, number 2. Jimmy Butler. Butler saying delay of game.